Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Blake? What? Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is here. Welcome back, everybody, for SPTV Late Night Edition, where every night is a great night not to be in a cult. Something like that. Oh, my goodness. It's been a very busy day over here. I just finished a fantastic interview relating to tonight's subject. Let's see. How do I begin? Okay. The internet's biggest con man, Scientology's most famous fake billionaire, scam artist, member of a human trafficking cult, Grant Cardone, is involved in some funny business, folks. News broke this week. Let's see, was it this week or last week? It's Wednesday. No, I feel like it was this week. That a woman named Bobby Awad, also known as Bobby Vargas. Bobby Vargas would be her married name. Bobby Awad would be her maiden name. A woman named Bobby Awad, who used to be Elena Cardone's best friend. In fact, Bobby used to live with Grant and Elena in Miami, not because she worked for them, not because she was an assistant or a personal shopper or anything of the sort. Just a very close, just Elena's best friend who happened to live with them. She was just charged with 17 or 19 felony counts of fraudulently charging over $2.3 million of, charges to a bunch of Elena's credit cards or Grant's credit cards. It's not quite clear if it was just Elena's or both of them or whatever. I just interviewed tonight Bobby's husband, Joe. Oh, it's a great interview, Grant. You're going to love it. We covered a whole variety of subjects, not limited to whether Grant Cardone's wife, Elena, may or may not have allegedly been cheating on Grant with her personal trainer, Javier. Where's Javier, Grant? Where did Javier go? Who paid for Javier's wife so that he could get his green card? And why was Elena living in the condo while you were living in the house? Why did you put up a video a while back saying if your wife cheats on you, it's your fault? Is that what Scientology taught you when you did your ethics cycle after Elena cheated on you with her personal trainer, Javier? I imagine, Grant, that as a senior citizen, I mean, you're 66 years old, when you found out that your hot young wife was getting piped by the personal trainer, that must have really hurt deep inside. I mean, allegedly, it may be totally false. I don't know. It's all alleged at this point. But I'm going to tell you, that's not what tonight's video is about. Tonight's video is about Grant's epic self-own. But the epic self-own has to do with Bobby Awad's husband, Joe Vargas. Guys, this is a spicy, spicy tale. So it gets even spicier when you find out that Bobby Awad, who the Cardones are saying stole $2.3 million from them, is a Scientologist. Yes. Praise Jesus. There is a God. I think I converted tonight. There's at least a Lord Xenu. Yep. Bobby's a Scientologist. Now, I thought Scientologists weren't allowed to report each other to the authorities. So how is it that the Cardones were able to refer this to the police? Now, this is one thing I've not been able to verify 100%. Did the Cardones themselves turn Bobby over to the police? Or did the Cardones go to the credit card companies and the credit card companies went to the police? I don't know about that yet. All I know is that I had a fantastic 1-hour interview with Joe Vargas tonight that I hope to have ready to go published for you guys tomorrow. But what is the cell phone? What is the big cell phone that we're talking about? Guys, Joe Vargas, Bobby's husband, they've only been married for a few years or so. Joe has nothing to do with Scientology. Joe has nothing to do with Grant and Elena Cardone. Joe's never been friends with Grant or Elena. In fact, Elena, when Bobby was living with Grant and Elena and she met Joe, Elena did not like Joe. Elena kept trying to get Bobby to meet and date other men. Like, it's not like it was the Bobby and Joe and Grant and Elena show, right? Like, Joe's got nothing to do with any of this. Joe's not indicted for anything that his wife is being charged with. Joe's not a suspect in anything. There's nothing. Joe's got nothing to do with anything. Okay, so what's happening here? What the hell are we talking about here? Well, let's start this story, and this won't be a long stream, but I'm just trying to be a little colorful, have some fun here, you guys. Here's Grant Cardone's Instagram page. Now, today is Grant's one of his daughter's 16th birthday, so you'd think he would just be celebrating that, but he has been absolutely trying to destroy Bobby Awad's husband, Joe Vargas. Now, how I got turned on to this whole story this week is Grant kept posting, post after post after post to his stories. So I guess he was posting story after story after story, just trying to obliterate Joe Vargas with the most heinous insults and insinuations and degradations. And then Joe was responding pretty responsibly and with restraint, with his own stories, responding to Grant. I'm like, I gotta get to the bottom of this. I gotta find out what's going on. So I reached out to Joe, spoke with him on the phone a couple days ago. That's when we decided to record an interview, which we recorded tonight. Keep in mind, Joe is not suspected of having anything to do. Joe, the non-Scientologist, is not suspected of having anything to do with what Scientologist Bobby Awad is being charged with, okay? And yet here we have Grant Cardone's Instagram. Here's his most recent post from just today. Grant Cardone says, if you have any data about this punk, he's talking about Joe Vargas, DM me. It would be great show for Dateline or American Greed. And that's the Joe Vargas story, not the 19 counts of fraud by Bobby Awad, who he abandoned in court. What? Guys, by the way, in my interview with Joe, we actually talk about what is Grant even talking about? Abandoned in court. So let me just say, I don't mind telling you right now, Bobby and Joe have a child together, a son, who is severely autistic and needs full-time care. And Bobby is his full-time caregiver. So when Bobby had to show up to court for her arraignment, by the way, Bobby was not arrested. Well, she was released on her own recognizance, no bond, no ankle monitor or anything. Joe stayed home with the son. Joe stayed home with his autistic son because his son's full-time caregiver mother was in court being arraigned. And this fucking piece of shit, Grant Cardone, wants to say Joe abandoned his wife in court. By the way, this isn't even the cell phone. This isn't even the point of the video. But what a fucking miserable piece of shit Grant Cardone is, right? Keep in mind, guys, the person who's alleged to have committed crimes is Bobby Awad, not Joe Vargas. What is going on here? Now, Joe has a big presence on Instagram. He's got 1.2 million followers. He managed to secure the handle at Hustler. I think Grant Cardone thinks that going after Joe is a little sexier and will get picked up by influencers more than going after someone no one's ever heard of, Bobby Awad, Scientologist, former best friend of Elena Cardone. Okay, so let's just keep going here. Grant Cardone says they want to be famous. So if you're in Hollywood, hit me. I'm sure he meant hit me up. I have the story. More at truthaboutjoevargas.com. Guys, the website's not truthaboutbobbyawad.com. It's truthaboutjoevargas.com. What is going on here? Does this make any sense at all? By the way, the Cardones aren't suing Bobby Awad. Bobby is being prosecuted by the state of Nevada. So it's weird. There's not even a lawsuit going on here. So the state is prosecuting Bobby Awad, but for some reason, Grant Cardone is going after Joe Vargas. Okay, where does this lead us? Where are we going here? Grant Cardone links, and I'm going to keep the audio off on this. Grant Cardone is basically posting footage from a YouTube video that was created today and posted today by a relatively large YouTuber named Spencer Cornelia. Now, Spencer Cornelia is a real estate agent in Las Vegas. You can see his subscriber count is over double my subscriber count, but his monthly views are actually less than half, or approximately half of my monthly views. Make of that what you will. And Spencer Cornelia, I am only speculating here. Spencer Cornelia did a horrifically mean video today, not about Bobby, but about Joe. Guys, this is so confusing to me. Is it just a coincidence that Grant Cardone is targeting Joe Vargas instead of Bobby Awad, and this real estate influencer in Las Vegas just happens to drop? And when I say mean, guys, I'm not a shrinking violet. I'm not some sensitive, snowflake. Like, when I say mean, I just mean very strangely mean-spirited video, especially considering that it's about Joe Vargas. It's not about Bobby, the person who committed the crime. And like really nasty, like really weird insults, and really jumping to a lot of conclusions. So I don't mind jumping to a conclusion that maybe clout chasing Spencer Cornelia is sucking up to Daddy Cardone because he's trying to score clout points as a real estate influencer with his mentor, Daddy Cardone, by going after Joe Vargas for some reason instead of Bobby Awad. Okay. So where's this taking us? So you guys can see this video for itself. It's got quite a lot of views for it's only been up for one day. Grant Cardone scammed for millions by influencer friend. Again, you would think the video was about Bobby, the Scientologist friend of Elena who allegedly stole all the money. The video's not. The video's about Joe Vargas. Okay, so where does this lead us? What's the cell phone? Guys, the comments on the video are unbelievable. One for one, 100% of the comments are dragging Grant Cardone harder than I could have ever hoped. And that was the inspiration for this video tonight. First of all, I wanted to plug my little interview with Joe Vargas. That'll go up tomorrow. Wanted to let you guys know that Grant Cardone's wife may or may not have allegedly been cheating on Grant with the personal trainer. A tale as old as time, folks. A tale as old as time. Imagine Grant Cardone's tiny little man Napoleon complex as a 66-year-old senior citizen finding out that his Scientologist wife, guys, Scientologists, they're the most ethical people on the planet. Didn't you know that? Didn't you know Scientologists will tell you, if you ever ask them, they're the most ethical people on the planet. Okay. But like I said, I mean, I see a question here. Is the lawsuit in Nevada? It's not a lawsuit. It's a prosecution. And yes, it's in Nevada. Apparently Javier, the trainer, would wake up in the morning and take his bike for a ride. And then he'd go take Grant Cardone's wife for a ride. Uh-oh. I mean, allegedly, you guys, allegedly. Calm down. Okay. So here is the video that Spencer Clout Chaser Cornelia posted about Joe Vargas today. Guys, let's just look at the comments. Let's just look at the gosh darn comments, and then we'll wrap it up because it is late. Okay, let me even zoom in on this one because it's fantastic. And the reason I'm calling this a cell phone is because this is the video that con artist, scammer, Scientologist Grant Cardone promoted on his Instagram. So it's only fair that if Grant Cardone's going to promote the video, that we promote the comments. Every time a scammer gets scammed, an angel gets its wings, from Primo the Boxer. Leo DW4FX, a thief is robbed. I love the irony. God, it's almost like the entire internet knows that Grant Cardone is a con artist, scamming, thief, human trafficking supporter. Scientology is a family-destroying human trafficking cult, in case you wonder why I keep saying that. Okay, Javier B1250. This is like El Chapo calling the DEA to report someone stole his cocaine. Cheap Godiva. Grant being scammed is poetic. Self-directed finance. Scammers scamming other scammers. Classic. Guys, these are literally sorted in order of most popular comments. I'm not choosing these selectively. Scammer Cardone scammed by another scammer. K Gizzle 92. It should not be a crime to scam Grant Cardone. FX Karate Kid. How to 10x your scam. Uh-oh. How do you say this? Bilal Sheikh. Wait. Bilal Shaikh 6603. Scammer getting scammed. Ruby G 4397. Scammers getting scammed is the epitome of poetic justice. Angry Turtle 777. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Why me 3267. Scammers scamming scammers. I swear to God, guys, I'm not just selectively, I'm not cherry picking these. Rob, how do you say this? Oh, Rod Bartruff 7823. Cardone is the ultimate scammer. Okay, and then how do you say this? Round round cover? Is it? I don't know. I don't feel sorry one bit for a scammer getting scammed by another scammer. Ire loaded 9. Okay, what is it? I met both Bobby and all right. Okay, that was not nice. Okay. Actually, I just remembered. There's a very, very funny comment on Grant's Instagram post that I want to share with you. Total classic here. Here we go. Carino says, so let's get this straight. You handed Bobby access to your accounts, failed to oversee your own finances, and now that it's under legal scrutiny, you're turning to Instagram to smear her and others with flashy videos and hashtags? That's not justice. That's ego and revenge. If this case is legitimate, let the courts handle it. But dragging unrelated people into your media campaign and framing it as entertainment for Dateline or American Greed isn't just unprofessional, it's shameful. You don't get to play the victim and the producer. Let the facts, not your followers, decide. What an insightful comment. I really enjoyed that one. All right, let's get back to the YouTube comments. Scammer scammed by another scammer is wild. No honor amongst thieves. Colb 3002. Okay, let's see. Has spent more summer internship in sales knows. Okay, I don't know. If you're going to pick a mark, and I guess that's Grant Cardone, don't pick the guy that every person that spent more than a summer internship in sales knows. Yeah. Guys, if anyone hasn't seen the Grant Cardone interview with Jordan Belfort. Now, Jordan Belfort, obviously a felon himself. I guess we should call him a reformed felon, but world famous sales trainer. Did an interview with Grant Cardone talking about sales and determined that Grant Cardone is an expert professional marketer, but does not know the first thing about sales. It spawned the entire meme. I got fish. You want to buy fish? I got fish. There's a whole song about Grant Cardone selling fish. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I'm sure you can find it on my channel somewhere. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think those were just the top ones that were. I didn't even go through all these. I just saw that the top ones were all negative about Grant, and I was like, we're gonna do a video about this. All right, what's this? I got scammed by Cardone before he was even this known or popular on social media. I got shocked how popular he got, so I may be wrong, but karma. This just made my day. All right, there you go, guys. There you go. Grant, I finally understand all the rage. I finally understand all of the masked insecurity that oozes through Grant Cardone. You see, Scientology is supposed to give you superpowers. It's supposed to make you into a god. It's supposed to make you in control, full cause over matter, energy, space, time, life, and form. And it couldn't keep Scientology and all Grant's money and all Grant's men couldn't keep his wife from going and fucking the trainer. Allegedly. All right, guys. Oh, I forgot. I had the hat the whole time and I haven't even been using it. What a missed opportunity. Elena, no. Elena, Javier, how could you do this to me? Oh my, not again. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. Thank you for joining me for SPTV Late Night Edition. Stay tuned tomorrow for the interview with Joe Vargas. Have a great night, guys.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe